you know, like we kind of teased earlier with that little picture on Instagram. A lot of you wanted to know what we were doing today.
And a lot of people wanted to know how I was doing and if I was okay after Parker and our dad ditched me all alone in the van when I couldn't open any of the jars by myself. I was able to survive because I figured out that
she just broke the bottles against the wall.
Well, it was really difficult to break the jars because we were in White Sands National Park. And
we don't want to litter.
Well, it is also sand. Like, I couldn't find rocks that were, bigger than that, so...
It's, mica. Or gypsum. No, it's mica.
So, yeah, the mica is, like, a really delicate sand. I'm really into geology and national parks.
I have this moisturizer that has mica in it, and I don't like it. Whoa. Because it makes me have sparkles all over me.
Well, my food ended up having sparkles all over it, too, because what I ended up doing was putting the jars under the wheel of the van, and then I'd run them back over, and then they would break open.
But she'd
and then
pick
I
them
was
up
able
because
to eat it.
we don't litter in the national parks.
I picked it up. I don't litter. I am going to trial next month for something completely unrelated.
It's different.
So
it's also about not wanting to litter.
Yeah. I picked up trash and, got in trouble for it. Long story.
Sorry, my arm's getting tired like that.
Yeah, it's like Alice's restaurant. It's kind of the story of my life, but whatever.
You can't get anything that you want.
Anyways, I was able to eat it, mixed in with the sand a little bit, but I was able to survive out there. There were some bear scares.
Cool story, right? No, can you just shut up and get to the movie?
Then I was really alone, and I tried to leave the park, but then all the tires were flat from running over jars all day. And then I
What movie are we reviewing?
Okay, so we are going to review a little sleeper hit that we saw when it came out, and we thought it was
terrible,
so good, and we were like, wow, this is going to win. This is just going to sweep the Oscars. Best director, best picture, best lead actress, best editing, best everything. We were surprised it didn't get anything or any nominations. But Parker, why don't you take it away with Sarah Silverman's I Smile Back?
Okay, I Smile Back is this movie about a housewife who, there's a lot more to her than just being a housewife. Like, there's a lot beneath the surface there. She has a lot of childhood trauma, and this is, like, before, the whole, like, woke movement, so it's kind of before its time. Her father abandoned her and her mother when she was little, so now she's a crazy alcoholic, and she masturbates with her daughter's teddy bear in her daughter's bedroom. And then she goes to rehab. I don't know if that's why she goes to rehab, but she, like, takes a bunch of booze and pills and goes to rehab. And she gets better, and she gets out of rehab.
But anyways, this isn't the important part. Parker, just talk about the important part.
I was getting there, because that's the only part I remember.
It just stands out so much in our minds because it's such an incredible scene in motion picture history.
It's really good. It's almost as good as Kansas's Breaks. So she gets out of rehab, but then she visits her father because she wants, like, an excuse to get drunk. So she gets fucking wasted at a bar, and there's this, like, redneck at the bar who's, like, going, like, oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen's on the jukebox, oh yeah, best musician of all time. And Sarah Silverman's like, Bruce Springsteen? And he's like, who would you say is the best musician of all time? She's like, what about Frank Sinatra? What about Bon Jovi? And he's like, Bon Jovi only ever wanted to be Springsteen. And then they give each other this look. Cut to, they're in the basement having anal sex. She only has anal in this movie, and she likes it a lot. So he's fucking her butt against this, like, stone wall in, like, the wine cellar or some shit. And she goes, lick it. And he goes, what? I ain't licking that shit. And then she goes, then no more for you.
Oh, she shouldn't have said that.
And tries to pull her pants up, and he calls her, like, a bitch or a cunt or something, takes her head and smashes it. into the stone wall, and she's like, gets unconscious on the floor. She's like bleeding from the head. She wakes up on the floor and just gets in her car, and then she runs through a red light with her hands off the wheel, like trying to kill herself. And then she goes home and makes her daughter her school lunch for tomorrow and just leaves for good. And her husband watched her go, and he ain't sorry. Sarah Silverman, stop trying to cancel everyone else because you're scared of being canceled.
Well, we just want to say, Sarah,
Just drive.
Sarah, you are our woke queen,
No.
and we adore you for it. And I think that even though it didn't really work out, you becoming a serious actress, and I know you tried really hard with this movie, I Smiled Back. I think it, wait, don't cover the mic. I think it all led up to this moment in your career of you being a podcaster.
Because we all know that you haven't made it till you have a podcast. Or, you know, it's kind of like what they say about teaching. Those who can do, those who can't podcast. So that kind of really applies to Sarah Silverman, because...
Well, except she's the woke queen of the podcasts, and she has some really, really valuable insights that she shares with the woke community.
Sarah Silverman is really scared that someone's going to call her out for doing blackface on her show, so she's calling out everyone who pretends to be Jewish. But, you know, it's called acting, you know.
I really like how she's fighting for more Jewish representation in Hollywood. Yeah, I just think she's my queen.
Funny story about our father.
No, don't go there. Don't go there.
He made us watch Jesus is Magic.
Go there.
I'm not covering the mic. She is such a van life Nazi again.
Don't say that to Sarah Silverman.
Oh yes, Sarah
really
wouldn't
mad.
like that.
Even though she did dress up like Hitler, but you know, she's allowed to because she's a woke queen.
Yeah, but so did Charlie Chaplin.
Well, he's a woke king.
Charlie Chaplin is the woke king. Where was I? Oh yeah, our father made us watch Jesus is Magic, her comedy special, every single night when we were little. And it's actually pretty funny, but somewhere along the line, dun dun dun,
I need to turn the defrost on because we're steaming this place up.
oh yeah, because we were having sex earlier.
I'm getting really hot and bothered thinking about that anal scene, and I Smiled Back.
Yeah, I masturbate thinking about that scene.
Yeah, I've actually walked in on Parker touching herself.
With my teddy bear,
watching
because I
us.
want to be like Sarah Silverman in this movie. So that's like the synopsis, my review of it. I would say it's really important, you know, talking about addiction and mental health and all that kind of fun stuff.
So that's why we're releasing this video on Mental Health Awareness Day.
Because, you know, there's like one every month, it seems. So I think it's today, December 9th.
It most likely is today, so we're
Yeah,
gonna release it.
because it seems like there's always some sort of mental health or addiction day. I also want to talk about Anal Sex Awareness Day, which I think is also today. If
That's
you
every day.
want to have anal sex, do it. If you don't want to have anal sex, don't let him force you. And that's just my little tip from me to you. Good anal sex scene, fat girl.
Oh, yeah.
Also a good anal sex scene, Robert Mapplethorpe.
I'm trying to think of other anal sex scenes.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure there is.
Well, I'm
one.
actually about to film an anal sex scene for my next movie next month, but no more spoilers beyond that.
You gotta go to San Pedro.
I know where I'm going.
Oh, I mean, we're in San Pedro, not in downtown Los Angeles, because we are in a national park.
We are currently in the Petrified Forest National Park, and look at all these trees. They turned into rocks.
This is really scary. So the movie is a really important piece of cinema. It's not very visually stunning, but the storyline just like makes up for it.
Any scene with an anal scene automatically gets, 5 points added to their 1 to 10 score.
Who loved the anal joke Carrie Bradshaw made today and in Just Like That?
Oh my god!
And
Who started watching it Just Like That?
I just want to have a moment of silence. Don't watch this. Like, pause the video if you haven't seen
If
and
you
Just
have
Like
not
That.
watched the first episode of And Just Like That so far.
I really, really need to.
Rest in peace, Mr. Big!
I really don't know why they had to do this to me. They did me so dirty.
I just don't know why.
How about him masturbating on their last night together?
I just don't know why they take away my favorite character like that.
Like, I know he wasn't always the nicest.
It's Carrie just really stressed him into that heart attack. If he would have stayed with Natasha, then he wouldn't have been stressed on his Peloton.
Maybe, like, because he has to masturbate so much, he's not getting enough from her, and because he wasn't getting enough, he was stressed out and had a heart attack.
He was so stressed out that she made him masturbate in front of her, that he had a heart attack and died.
We're really toe up about it.
We're so toe up that like we're like not even stopping to hike the Petrified Forest National Park. You know what we did? We go up to the Petrified Wood and we smash them. We smash with a hammer.
And we might actually, go to a bar and go into the cellar and find some hicks to have anal sex with. We're so torn up about it.
Well, we're on our way to Saguaro National Park though. And if we're not over this whole big thing, we're just gonna throw ourselves onto one of those big, beautiful cacti.
Or we're gonna go to the Grand Canyon and just drive off.
Or we'll just drive off, and we'll.
I'm trying to do a Thelma Louise joke.
Oh, well, Evel Knievel that shit. Thelma Louise style. Thelma Louise.
Evel Knievel's my hero. I smile back. I would rate it. Realistically, a 1.2 out of 10.
I would rate it realistically a 10.2 out of 10. It gets the minus 0.8 out of 11 to 10 because
it went to the Toronto Film Festival. Didn't win anything. Beats me. I know that because before we saw it, they played an interview from the Toronto Film Festival.
Oh, right, and they played all these clips of the ending right before the movie started.
Yeah, and they played this interview, and then right after she did a Q&A, and she was giving the exact same answers. It was giving me Mickey Dolenz vibes.
Yeah, she has the reusable sound bites.
Oh my god. Sorry, this Glacier National Park. I mean, Petrified Forests. There's a lot of lightning. I was just scared. Rest in peace, Mr. Big. I wonder if Alexander Petrovsky would still be alive today.
He is.
Yeah, but in the world of Sex and the City.
And Just Like That universe.
Yeah.
Good question.
Who do you think Carrie's gonna end up with now?
Well,
comment your answer down below.
I read on BuzzFeed that she's gonna try dating apps now, and that's where the show's going because it's trying to keep up with the youth of
Did
today.
you really read that?
Yeah, I read it on BuzzFeed.
What are they doing?
By the way, I don't just read BuzzFeed. It just came up as a recommended.
It was clickbait. We don't read BuzzFeed.
On my news because my phone somehow knows that I like Sex and the City. It's a little spooky, isn't
Because
it?
Kansas was looking at outfit inspo for tonight, Googling Sex and the City best looks.
Best looks. My favorite looks are when Carrie wears that those pink capri pants with the matching pink bellboy cap.
I don't know what outfit you're talking about. That's funny. My favorite outfit is I like when she wears belts around her waist with nothing on her midriff but a belt.
Yeah, that's good too. I like when she wears that one tank top that looks like a newspaper.
No, that's a dress.
One dress
Isn't
that looks
that
like a newspaper.
Isn't that Galliano? No, not Galliano.
How far no?
No, not Galliano. Someone help me.
If there's one thing in this gosh dang world I don't care about, it's fashion.
Except on the Sex and the City characters.
Except in the costume design for I Smile Back.
Oh yeah, it's great. She just wears a peak coat at one point. I think the whole movie.
I think she wears a striped sweater.
You're probably Ken's just taking a good 50-50 guess because there's probably an 80% chance actually that she does wear a striped sweater.
I bet she wears. I think she wears jeans, but they're really they fit her really well.
Oh yeah, I think she wears jeans too. I bet, I'm just like throwing this out here, I bet she wears a pair of booties.
I just remember, well, it snows a lot in the movie, so she does wear some really warm clothes. So
It does snow in the movie. She wears a peacoat.
So anyways, wish us luck before we go to Saguaro National Park. I'm so glad we're reunited. Oh, but shoot, now we lost our dad.
Where is he? Maybe we'll see him tonight. Video to come. Bye!